Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extraordinary Women podcast. Today, I'm just going to take you to a number of different hotels, London primarily, because as you all know, I have an apartment in Paris, and so consequently, I don't stay in hotels as often in Paris as I do in London. But in London, we're going to start with London. You're going to see a very traditional hotel, which is called the Milestone. I happen to be staying at the Milestone because I was on a tour, actually with Victoria magazine. And it was interesting. It was on the southwestern corner of Kensington Gardens. And that I would say is just a very different area from what I'm accustomed to, but it is a very traditionally English British hotel. Lots of dark woods, dark carpets, corners, and you'll see from the breakfast area to the bar. There were not, in that hotel, for whatever reason, there was not a lot of reception area, common areas on the first floor because of their restaurants. Then I will take you to number 16, which is, as you all know, I love Kit Kemp's hotels. And it's one of Kit Kemp's hotels that I've stayed in for years and years and years, decades probably. And number 16 is in South Kensington. It's very close to the South Kensington tube station. It's a great hotel, wonderful hotel. It's probably kind of in the mid-size of Kit Kemp's hotels. Bigger would be Covent Garden, and smaller would be the Dorset Square Hotel, which I will also take you to. I want you to see the difference in the reception rooms, because truly, especially if you travel solo, reception rooms are really important, as well as if you travel with, a partner, because sometimes the hotel rooms are not very big. So anyways, take a look at that and the difference. The Dorset Square Hotel is a very old hotel, which I explained to you in the video. So the room is smaller, and there's only one reception room, which I show you. Everything is kind of scaled down. I'm not so sure, but I think it was one of Kit's very early on hotels. And I've heard from the front desk that she and her husband sold it, and then they ended up buying it back. So I don't know if that's a true story or not, but that's what I heard. A great little hotel. I like number 16 better because of the garden, honestly. Now, number 16 is close to Kensington Gardens, and the Dorset Square Hotel is very close to Regent Park. So, it's there, but you'll see, when you see the video, you will see how quaint to have a garden out the back door is. So that is London. Then I take you to Paris, and I really apologize that I could not take more videos in Paris, but part of it is I got sick. And so consequently, as you all know, when you've heard me sniffling and coughing, it doesn't make for very good videos. And so I could not show you the common areas at Davison, which is the hotel I was staying at for a brief period in Paris. They have just renovated their common areas, and now it's all like individual seating versus one big room, which is lovely. It's a very easy place to have conversations. It's an easy place to do work if you need to work. There is also, as a part of Davison and I talk about it a little bit, is Café Laurent. And Café Laurent has also been renovated, but they have live music in Café Laurent, which is attached to the hotel. I think 5 or 6 nights a week. And it's lovely. It's someplace that you're very, very comfortable going regardless of your age, or if you're traveling solo or not. It's in the 6th arrondissement on, I can't remember the name of the street. I think it's Rue Dauphine, but it's great. You're about 2.5, 3 blocks, maybe American blocks from the Seine. So you're very centrally located. Staff in all of these rather boutique hotels are incredible. I have to say, Kit Kemp's staff, I don't know how they onboard people, but they are fantastic no matter where you stay, and they are all wonderful, and they're consistent. I've come back several times and the same people are working there, which tells me they must be happy. D'Aubusson could not have been better, truly. Very, very accommodating. Front desk speaks English, so they can help you if need be. The Milestone was a little less from a service standpoint because it's a very big hotel, or bigger, I think. Might have been part of the problem, I don't know. All the hotels, as I mentioned, are roughly about the same price that I'm showing you. I'm not showing you luxury, absolute top of the line luxury, and I'm also not showing you bargain hotels. I'm also not showing you American chains because I don't ever stay in those kinds of hotels, any of those. So anyways, I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. The hotel shows the address as 1 Kensington Court, but 1 Kensington Court is the entrance, and I show that in a later part of the video, is the entrance to the old part of the building that looks almost like a church. Then the other is this, as you can see where the flag is, the British flag. And this is the street that is unbelievably busy. I'll find out what that is in just a minute. I now see it's 2 different buildings. We've got the old building with the almost church-looking or library-looking windows, and then a newer building. Newer is a relative term, right? So anyways, fascinating. Not my favorite. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's interesting. So, anyways. Dark, everything dark. Okay, now I'm back at the Milestone. I will talk about hotels in a minute, but I wanted you to see this room because this room's adorable in comparison to the room I was in before this one. This is fantastic. I see water, I see a teapot. It's wonderful. So I'm happy. This tells me that the Milestone is a great hotel, except there's quite a variety of rooms. So gives you an idea. I'll show you the bathroom just so that you have a sense of how that all works. Milestone's a very old hotel. You can see that just by the bathtub, all of that, but more than adequate. This was the original entry to the home. Oh, this is interesting. This is Stables Bar. It's a little strange, I have to say. Okay, we just walked into, I am in room number 204, I think it is, 204, something like that, at one of Kit Kemp's hotels. This is a hotel group called Ferndale. I very much apologize for the noise outside. A tree, and I'll take you over here so you can see. There is a garden. It's going to get very noisy. There's a garden out here, and where you can sit for breakfast, you can sit for tea, you can just sit and enjoy life going by, if the weather is nice. If the weather is not nice, there is actually a little conservatory back there, which is where people have breakfast. But the manager was sharing with me that one of the trees out in the garden died and they had to remove it, and now they're cutting up the tree itself. So, but this gives you an idea of what her hotels look like. Kit has, oh my gosh, I think there are 8 hotels in London, and 2 or 3 in New York now. And I have stayed at the one of them in New York, and it was just wonderful. But you can see how personable everything is. So anyways, they recognize that I just came back from this place. You can see my bags by the door. I apologize. I'm going to show you the bathroom. Bathroom's wonderful. The robes are fantastic. All of the self-care supplies are fantastic. In most of the bathrooms here, there is a step down. So if any of you have mobility issues, that might be something to ask about. But you can see just how yummy it is. I'm going to show you later the china, but Kit has created a whole china line, china as in porcelain line, called Tall Trees, and it's a collaboration with Spode. It's absolutely wonderful. And you've got a lovely shower, bathtub if you so wish. I think I had a shower in my last room that was not a bathtub, but you just have to make your requests. Heated towel rack that is very warm, so it's wonderful. The artwork throughout the hotel is just wonderful because it's local, it's crafts, which is something that Kit actively supports, the craftspeople of England. And I'll show you just a few here. Big, huge closet, which is wonderful. All of the supplies, such as the bag for laundry or whatever, so great little sachet. And the mini bar, very important ingredient, is always stocked and always fantastic. I can't say enough good things about this hotel group. I'm going to give you a little peek into the hallway, just so that you can see it. See how wonderful it is. Really wonderful. I don't want to say anything more. So that's my Ferndale hotels, which are part of the Kit Kat Kemp group. This is one of the reception rooms. It's just lovely. Unbelievable. This is the garden in the back of number 16. That is, I believe, their kitchen back there. But it gives you an idea of the tranquility. I'm going to turn around really fast so you can see there's the conservatory. That's where you have lunch, and when it's nice out, you can have tea out here. These are rooms. Some rooms overlook the gardens. And take a look at the gardens. You're in the middle of London. We're very close to South. This is considered South Kensington. So busy everywhere around you. And yet you have this. This is a koi pond. Look at these little guys. Oh my, I think they're looking for goodies. They think I've got something. I'd say they're pet fish. Yes, they're pet fish. They're following me, believe it or not. That's pretty funny. Gorgeous hydrangeas. But you have these beautiful little areas. Like you could, isn't that like a romantic little sweet area to have a glass of champagne or to have a tea? Here's an area to meditate if you want, or have a little party. There are a number of wedding receptions out here, if you can believe it, which if I ever found a wonderful British man to marry, this is where I'd have my wedding reception. Put that out in the universe, right? Interesting. So anyways, I just had to take a photo so that you could see it, because it's beautiful. Another little area to sit. Okay, another room at number 16. This one I do not face the garden. I have never been in this room before. It is adorable. It is so adorable. Super bright, as you can see. And I opened the door. I thought maybe it was connecting rooms. It's this immense closet. Incredible. Not that I will need it. And then a bathroom. It's a very big room, actually. You can see, great big huge bathtub. I might take a bath. Wonderful. Yeah, gives you an idea. Bright and cheery. So fun. This time I am staying in Kit Kemp's Dorset Square Hotel, which is all about cricket, believe it or not. But I have to show you, because it's about cricket, look at the doorknobs to the closet. They look like little cricket balls. I thought those were so unique. Beautiful. Flowers sitting on the table. This is their smallest hotel, as I was told, and it overlooks Dorset Square. It's chilly in London, but lovely little location in Marylebone. Typical Kit Kemp view. Gotta love it. Green is my favorite color, so perfect. And I am going to show you the bathroom, because don't mind me, I just got off an airplane. But you can see how wonderful the bathroom is. The shower, walk-in shower, this one, which is great. So, and I'm gonna take you out in the hallway. Let's see if I can grab my key, just so you get an idea of the size of the hotel. See, much smaller. You got 3 rooms. This faces Marylebone, and there's something up, more rooms up here, but gives you an idea. Very fun. The Dorset is a much smaller hotel. It's still part of the Kit Kamp group, but this is the only reception room in the hotel. They have their Christmas tree up, which is kind of fun considering it's rather early. But it's still an incredibly comfortable room. You see my workspace over here. But I had to show you this because I thought it was such a great idea. This is an honor bar, but they took the armoire and turned it into an honor bar. Well, you and I have no need for an honor bar at home, but this means we could turn an armoire into a bar. How fantastic is that? Decorations are pretty special. Very cute. Look at the little doggy. So, beautiful view outside. Like I said, this is a much, much smaller hotel. than number 16. And the one that is in Covent Garden is even bigger, or yes, larger. It's quite significant. This hotel, though, does have a lovely restaurant. And in most of Kit Kemp's hotels, the restaurants are open to the public, but it also means there's great room service. So I had to show you the fireplace because I thought it was so unique. This, I think, was her first hotel. So it's up in Marylebone, and it's an old building, as so many of hers are. Very special. Okay, now I am in Hotel d'Aubusson in Paris. It's in the 6th on Rue Dauphine. I think I'm saying that reasonably close. Here, I'll give you a little view so that you know exactly where it is. It's a lovely hotel. What is special about it, besides the location, is the fact that coffee machine, how fantastic, but also they have a bar downstairs called Café Laurent, and Monday through Saturday they have live music, and I will show you a video of that. But it gives you a little bit of a comparison of, you know, Kit Kemp's hotels versus the more traditional London hotel, which was the Milestone, and now we are in Paris. I think I'll be able to work on my book right over there. But I'll show you the bathroom because you're seeing me and my mess. Lovely little closet. These are always tight, you know. Part of the issue with Paris is that everything is a little bit tighter. So if you're coming with as a couple, it can be a little bit more problematic, depending upon how comfortable you and your partner are with small spaces. So this is unusual because the toilet is in the same room as the bathtub and the sink. Often, I used to stay at Hotel Christine sometimes, and in that case, the bathroom or the toilet was separate from the bathroom. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Lovely little room, lovely place to sit, lovely street, and I'll show you more as the week progresses. Okay, I am in one of the reception rooms of d'Aubusson Hotel d'Aubusson. It's a beautiful hotel, and I am having my, I think you can see it, my merveilleux, which is basically a meringue, and a tea. I'm leaning back. It's so comfortable because it is a rainy day, unbelievably rainy day here in Paris, and therefore I went out shopping, went out all kinds of things, and now I'm back at the hotel, drying out and enjoying my spot. So anyways, thanks for joining me. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the merveilleux, if I'm pronouncing it anything close to correctly, has many, many different shops. I mentioned that there was one in the 16th, but they're all over the place, all over France, Versailles, Riz, Arras, Saint-Germain-en-Laye, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Bordeaux, Nantes, Nancy, it just goes on and on and on. In Paris, there is one in the 5th, there's one in the 6th, there's one in the 12th, one in the 14th, 16th, 15th, 17th, and 18th. So obviously, it's a much-loved dessert. Well, I hope you liked, walking into each individual hotel. As you could see, Kit Kemp's hotels and the Kit Kemp group, which is actually called the Ferndale Hotels. She owns it with her husband, and I believe her daughters are now involved in the business. But she owns 3 hotels in New York City in the U.S., and she owns somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 hotels in London, and they're spread out all different places, and they're all different kinds of hotels. I typically stay at number 16 in South Kensington. I love it because it's so close to the tube. And this particular time, I stayed in the Dorset Square or Dorset Street Hotel, Dorset Square Hotel, which is smaller than number 16, and it's up on the very northern side of Marylebone. And I stayed here because I thought it would be closer to shopping, pre-Christmas, if you want to call it that. But you can see the difference. So Kit Kemp's hotels are colorful, really colorful. Kit loves color. She's, I would say, call her an interior designer, artist, and you see loads and loads of color. In the Milestone, which was a more traditional hotel in London, much darker, and that is probably much more traditional and consistent with what you will get in a typical London hotel, or even outside of London. The actual room, I stayed in it two different times, and the second room is the video that I actually took. The other room, I don't think you would have liked at all. But you could see it's darker. That room is, and that hotel is darker than anything you see in Kit Kemp. Now, switch gears. When you went to the Paris hotel, again, pretty dark. So if you're a person who needs light, that's something for you to consider. The room in the Paris hotel was not necessarily a whole lot smaller, a little bit smaller than my number 16 room, but it wasn't any smaller than the one that I had at the Dorset in London. So they can be smaller. They're typically, Parisian hotels are typically small, really small. And you have to pay attention to the names. So both in London and in Paris, you will see phrases like luxury and deluxe and, you know, words that lead you to believe that this is the top of the line, and they categorize the rooms differently. So when you make a reservation for a hotel, pay attention to the square footage. They might use meters squared, but at least you get an idea where the smallest ones, which are the smaller and which are the larger. This time, for whatever reason, in D'Aubusson, I was given a room where the toilet was actually in the bathroom. And so it was exactly in the same room as the sink and the shower. That is not typical at all. Even my Paris apartment, the toilet is in a totally different room. Has a little sink in it, but it's not near the bath area. And that can be nice if you're traveling with somebody. You know, obviously it gives a little bit of privacy, especially in a really small space. The one thing that I would pay attention to, and I think I took some videos of that, are the common spaces, the open areas. So that gives you an idea what you can get, what's Paris like, what's London like, and even within London, two different kinds of hotels. So like I said, these hotels were all roughly the same price. So I wasn't comparing apples to oranges. You know, if this was the Peninsula or the Dorchester or, you know, the Ritz, there'd be a La Maurice, totally different kinds of rooms and not fair comparisons. But at this price range, they're pretty consistent. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Absolutely, YouTube loves that, and then shows this video to other people who are interested in traveling. And do comment. I absolutely love getting your comments. I respond to as many of them as I possibly can. It's just me here. So, you know, share. If you have a hotel that you stayed at in either Paris or London or in another city, do share, because we all learn from each other. We get ideas from each other. And, you know, that's what makes the travel world go round. So anyways, thank you for joining me today. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely holiday season, and we shall see you soon. A biento.